hip-hop and country music collaborations have long proven to be a match made in music heaven. Dynamic duos from Tim McGraw and Nelly to Billy Ray Cyrus and Lil Nas X. Well, my next guests are the latest country hip-hop pairing, setting social media on fire, as they say. Lathan Warlick became a TikTok sensation by adding his own spin to some of the biggest hit songs, and country music star RaeLynn has been enjoying huge success with her latest EP, Baytown, which has been streamed now more than 50 million times. And together, they've joined forces with the empowerment anthem Roots. And Lathan and RaeLynn join me now from, of course, Nashville, Tennessee. Where else would y'all be hanging out? That's the music capital of the world. Good to see you.
Exactly.
Lathan, I cannot believe not so long ago you were a welder working on the railroad. You say your wife was the driving force behind your career shift. What did she say? What did she do?
Oh my gosh. I mean, she just basically it was like, you know what? Hey, Lathan, go ahead and push your career. You know what I'm saying? So that made it, it was so different for me when she said that, dude, because I was a welder for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? So I was used to that. And when I got used to that, it was more so like, I just want to weld. I just want to weld. I just want to weld. But when she said that, it was like an eye opener to me and my whole family.
RaeLynn, how did y'all meet up? How did you connect?
Well, I heard his song Over Yonder his first release that he put out with Matt Stell. And I instantly became obsessed with, first of all, who Lathan is as a person and what he was bringing to country music and just the fire and all of it. And so I was like, I have to ride with this guy. And so anyways, I reached out to him on Instagram and we got a writing session together and then we wrote the song.
Lathan, when you got the reach out on the gram, I just saw this thing. T-Pain said all of these people who've been emailing or DMing him to work with him. You get the message from RaeLynn that she wants to work with you. Were you hesitant at all? Are you because you're hip hop, you're a rapper. Did you think, okay, what are we going to do together?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't hesitant because prior to that, I did a song with Granger Smith called "That's Why I Love Dirt Roads," and then I did Over Yonder, you know what I'm saying, with Matt Stell.
Yeah.
And so when she reached out, I was like, oh my God, like this is the RaeLynn, because people knew RaeLynn, but I didn't know RaeLynn.
Yeah.
Because coming up where I grew up at, man, we didn't listen to a lot of country, you know, but when she reached out, I started listening to her songs and was like, oh, snaps.
Oh, snaps.
It got a flavor. You know what I'm saying? I felt good about it.
RaeLynn, what is it about, I don't know, the collaboration of hip hop and country that makes people so happy? I mean, it's interesting because obviously music is a connective tissue, but it's that collaboration. Is it because some people see it as unlikely, even though I actually don't see that unlikely?
Honestly, for me, if you're like somebody from our generation, I grew up with not just country music on my playlist, but hip hop music on my playlist.
Right.
We have all kinds of music. And so I think the collaboration of them both, because hip hop music is so vulnerable and it's very storytelling, and so is country music. They actually really go hand in hand with each other.
I agree.
So they work
I think
really
you're right.
well with each other.
I agree with you on that.
I think it works.
I think it works. I also, Lathan, happen to think that there's similar fashion style. Because if you look at the history of country music fashion and the history of hip-hop fashion, there's a lot of bling, there's a lot of swagger, there's a lot of confidence, a lot of showmen. I mean, it just blends on a lot of levels.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I agree with that. Like, it's like my guy, Jimmy Allen. You know, he's on the countryside, and it's like, when you see his swag, it's like, oh, snaps, bro. Like, you bringing flavor to this whole thing. You know, so the swag is definitely there.